Hello everyone, welcome to Good Journeys Tarot. My name is Rosemary, and today I am doing a video response to Temperance Tarot's video series on how I read tarot for myself. I first became aware of her videos by watching a VR that Strength Reversed did. Strength Reversed and I both started our Instagram and YouTube journeys about the same time, and it's really been a joy to watch her as she's developed her sites, and also to have her commenting and enjoying mine. So building that sense of community has been wonderful. What I'm going to do today is just basically tell you about a few of the things I do on a regular basis as part of my spiritual practice using the tarot. And we're just going to jump right in. The first thing I do is at the beginning of every month, I will do a 4-card Eisenhower grid spread. If you're not familiar with an Eisenhower grid spread, it divides everything into 4 categories. That which is immediate and important, that which is important but not immediate, that which is immediate but not important, and that was not immediate and not important. Now, in the business world, these are the things that you would do yourself as soon as possible. These are the things that you would delegate. And these are the things that you would do later. And these things are things that would not be necessary. Now, when we're reading tarot, we're actually looking at all of these things as something that we need to be mindful of. However, some of them will be more important, and some of them will be more urgent in our reading. This month, when I read, I used my Pam's Vintage Tarot, which I had just received. And here's the reading I got. So the most immediate important thing for me was the Knight of Swords, which is one of my favorite cards. This card just really captures action and motion, moving forward with new ideas. And so this was the first card for immediate and important for me this past month in April. My important but not immediate card was the King of Swords. Also one of my favorites. I love that his throne is covered in butterflies. It's just something I love. So this was my immediate but not, important but not immediate card. So, you know, having a level head, a good head on my shoulders is actually important, but it wasn't like the immediate concern. Obviously, I needed to move quickly into whatever was coming my way. Immediate but not important was relationships, the Two of Cups. And not immediate or important was control, holding on to things. It's something that I should be aware of, but it wasn't necessarily vital. And all of these things to me really pointed to an event, which is on my calendar here. And it is my vacation that was marked right here. I'm not going to go into much detail about that, but it definitely spoke to the events of my vacation. And as you'll see here in the corner of my calendar where there's a blank day, I actually put what my reading was for the month so I can refer to it each week as I look at my calendar. I happen to be using the Metaphysician's Day Planner by Benabel Wynn this year, though, this is the type of thing you could do with any planner. The other thing that I do is every Sunday when I transfer things from my monthly calendar to my weekly calendar, I also will do a reading for the week. And this is the reading that I do currently. It is an oracle card pull for the theme of the week, followed by a 3-card tarot draw to expand on that. So what the focus is, what the approach to it is, and what the result will be. This week, I shared this on Instagram already, but I used the Creatures of the Moon Oracle deck, which is the first Oracle deck I found I could really relate to because it has a definite structure, i.e. it follows all of the phases of the moon throughout the month, as well as has an animal and a key word that relates to those phases of the moon. So I've really enjoyed it. And this week's card was Vitality, and it's the salamander. I don't know if you know the story of the salamander, but it is associated with fire, not because it actually necessarily likes to be in the fire, but that, in this particular story that she tells, the salamander, got hot and it had to get away and it broke its tail, and of course its tail grew back. It can thrive. Has vitality in its life. I used this week the Hip Chick Tarot to do my 3-card pull, and the focus for the week was the 8 of Feel, something that I need to move away from. I'm not sure what that is yet, but we'll figure it out as time goes on. The approach is Sacred Religion, which is the Hierophant. So obviously, whatever I'm moving away from is going to be related to my spiritual practice, and perhaps some organized belief that I have. And then the result is the Creator, i.e. the Magician. So I'm going to have a much better sense of control and power over the elements around me, whatever that outcome might be. I will actually write that spread in my weekly planner. On Benabelle's planner, she has a little spot here for spirituality, so that's where I kind of record that. And sometimes I will do little drawings or a little bit more expansion of information in some of the days of the week about the cards. And the other thing that I do on a regular basis is I do a daily pull. And currently I do my daily pull from the Golden Thread Tarot because it's easy to take with me and it's plastic, so if it gets dirty or wet or something, I can clean it up easily enough and I don't have to worry about people damaging my cards. And I usually will pull cards Monday through Friday during my morning break at work. I'll have a little bit of meditation going on based on the cards, and it just gives me a time to get away from everything going on around me, the hustle and bustle, and see where my focus should be. I draw a card from the top of the deck and from the bottom of the deck. I've only started that this year because I'm trying to learn to read with reversals more, so I always read the bottom card as a reversal. Today's cards, actually, to me, as in most cases, were very much related. The thing that I needed to be mindful of, my positive or top card, was the 9 of Swords. So obviously, I did have a nightmare last night, and things are really, really rough right now. As I may have mentioned to some of you online, my job is transitioning to another country, so I'm in the process of a job hunt, and I'm having to train the people who are going to take my job. So that's always fun. My reverse card was actually the 5 of Cups. The 5 of Cups, obviously about loss, about learning to deal with that loss and moving on from that loss, so to speak. Definitely relates to the nightmare, as it were, that's going on right now. So that's what my daily card pull looks like. And I will write it in the margin next to each day of the week. So at the end of the year, I want to go down and see like which cards came up a lot during the year and that kind of thing. Another thing that's become a regular part of my practice now is that on the new moon, I will actually do an oracle card reading, and I use a spread from the Creatures of the Moon deck. I don't actually have a spread that I've done to show you, but I might do that during Beltane, or right after Beltane, when I do the new moon reading. And I just really love this deck. I'm really getting into this deck, and I'm actually doing spreads with just oracle cards for a change. So those are just a few of the things that I regularly do with tarot as part of my spiritual practice. What are the things that you do for yourself when you're not reading for others with the tarot? Until next time, good journeys.